Has a new game come out, or have you seen a game on Steam that you might want to buy but aren't sure if it's worth it? Are the reviews mixed? Is it expensive? Maybe you've watched others play the game, but you have a different play style, or maybe you want to play multiplayer and they played single player. Some of you may know about this already, but I've noticed several people aren't aware of the return policy that Steam has. I want you to know that it's a pretty open policy, and I've used it a number of times and have had no trouble getting refunds for games that did not turn out like I had expected. So hopefully you'll have the same experience. Here's how it works. Steam will issue a refund for any title that has been requested within 14 days of purchase and has been played for less than 2 hours. And this includes online, offline, or any shared library time. So if you have a family share or whatever, that counts as well. So even if it falls outside of those refund rules, sometimes they'll approve a request for refund as well. I've seen that happen once. Based on my experience, I've bought and returned a number of games over the years and have had very little trouble doing so. But that's the parameters of their return policy. Also make note that if you purchased a game and it suddenly goes on sale, as long as you're below the 2 hours in 2 weeks, you can actually return that game and purchase it at the cheaper price. That way, if your purchase timing was off a little bit, you don't lose out. It's a pretty good deal. So I know what you're thinking because I've thought it before too. Why not just go buy a number of games, play them for a little while, and then immediately return them and wait for them to go on sale? I mean, technically you can do that, but I will add that Steam has put a warning out, if you will, on sort of a return limit. They've not named a number of times or any specific parameters, but they say you can submit any number of refund requests for eligible purchases. But if it appears you're abusing the refund system, Steam reserves the right to revoke access to this feature. Now, I've not heard of that happening. I'm sure it has at times, but I think if you use it very reasonably, if you're actually making some purchases that you keep and then returning others, I don't foresee Steam canceling your ability to do so. Let's be honest, they're there to make money. And a lot of times, if you actually try a game and you like it and buy it, maybe half the time, that's money they made that they wouldn't have made otherwise. Another question that came up is, what about my achievements? Are those retained if I return the game? And the answer is yes. Steam does retain your achievements associated with the account, as well as your playtime. So there's very little holding you back from purchasing a game and giving it a try. Let me just be clear. I'm in no way condoning the churning of Steam purchases and refunds. I don't think that makes sense, and I don't think as an average consumer we're looking to do that. But much like a store where you might try something on and then return it if it doesn't fit right or feel right, the same applies here. We're consumers purchasing a commodity that may or may not fit our needs. And Steam, as a good retailer, has been accommodating to the consumer that may not want to hang on to their product. So I much appreciate this. I think it's very helpful. Frankly, I think it builds good business and builds a good customer base, and I want you guys to be aware of it and use it when you need to. I'm glad if you found this video helpful. Perhaps you found out something you didn't know before, or maybe were reminded of something you can take advantage of when you need to. Either way, if you want more of this type of content, subscribe below.